Higginbotham's is over here. There's an existing white brick or stucco home that's within these trees right here. This is Wheeler Branch that lines down through here. It's about 4.7 acres. Not all of that is usable because this is floodplain. So the kind of good thing about that is we need a green belt area anyway in a project like this, so that's what that would be. It would basically be just left as it is. They're proposing they come down here and maybe build a couple of gazebos or something just to enhance it, but basically the Wheeler Branch will just pretty much stay as it is. This piece of property, under the, I guess, the guidelines that the city is now considering with our new comprehensive plan, this will actually be kind of the gateway to what's called the Biloxi River District, which essentially goes from 67 to 67. And it will be restricted in some different ways than some of the other commercial property will be, in an attempt to keep it somewhat historically correct and make a nice entrance to our downtown, because that actually is, as I say, the gateway to the downtown there. So, and what we've tried to do is, it is a multifamily project, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but as far as the materials and so forth, what we want to do is utilize materials and stonework and different details that are indigenous to this area, because we want it to look like it belongs. This site has had some other proposals for multifamily, quite different from this. This is not your typical Metroplex apartment project, as you can see. It's 2 stories maximum, and it's individual buildings. We call them villas and townhouses. And the main reason that we're asking for planned development rather than just multifamily, was zoned for that, is that we hope to do these buildings here at the very front of the property. These are what we call live-work buildings. They've been very successful in almost every community. And essentially what they are is the opportunity to put some small shops, maybe a sandwich shop or a donut shop on the first level, and have offices or living units on the second floor. So it helps the developer kind of maximize some profit, and it creates a really neat, walkable, scalable community here where these people can walk very easily through courtyards to the donut shop and sandwich shop. I think this has some tremendous potential for senior units, which we have very few of, if any, in town. The floor plans will be designed so that we'll have 1-story units for that clientele. And then we have some other mix of units, which I'll talk about here again in a minute. The other thing that we would like to at least mention as an exception, and this really, I don't suppose, has to go through the planning and zoning now, but we've got sometimes pretty serious discussion on exterior materials in the city right now. We're working through that, I think, with the long-range plan and the ordinances that are being worked on now for that. But what we just want to mention up front now is that as we get further along, we would like to not use 60% stone and everything, because we want to use some siding. And if you go around town and look at the architecture that we're trying to replicate in a way, you'll see that a lot of the buildings, some of them don't have any stone and brick. Some of them are all siding. So we just want the flexibility to be able to mix that. Now, that won't come before planning and zoning. When the actual building permits are taken out, we'll have to go through the exception on that. So we're not actually asking you to disapprove that. We just want to mention that up front to let you know what we're trying to do and what we will pursue that. I think under the ordinances, as they'll be written, there'll be an opportunity to come before the city and say, here's what we want to do. It doesn't quite fit your 60% stone, and they can approve or disapprove it, and we'll actually abide by that. Let me just briefly tell you what these units are. Again, villas, which are essentially fourplexes, townhouses, and now the villas would be what we call flats, where everything is on each floor. So the first floor is living, dining, bedrooms. Everything's on that floor. That's great for seniors, and an identical unit up above that. So those are flats. The townhouses are more of a studio type design, where you've got living area on the first floor and bedrooms on the second floor. The kind of interesting thing about these townhouses is if we have detached garages And those are what we call carriage houses. That actually becomes an additional property that could be an efficiency or a one-bedroom apartment that actually can provide rental income for these people. So it's an interesting way to get a more diverse mix of housing in a way that is very controllable. And then, of course, we have the live-work buildings through here. Any questions?
Anyone from the audience who would like to ask a question? Anybody up here? Dennis?
This all fits in with the comprehensive plan, and I've already mentioned that.
It does. As we understand the comprehensive plan, and as we're beginning to see, the ordinances that will come along with that. So that's our intent. And we will, absolutely. Whatever, if we have to tweak this a little bit, we will, but I think we'll do a good job.
Okay, is there anyone up here that would like to entertain a motion?
I was concerned, is nobody else have any concerns about the property, or?
I live contiguous to it, and I certainly have no concerns with it. I kind of welcome to see that type of quality. We're going to gravel. I for sure prefer that.
Well, I'll entertain a motion to approve the development.
Okay, we have a motion to approve
Second.
PD. Okay, we have a second, Darrell Aldrich. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.